By the way, friend, I respect you as a reactor. By the way, friend, I respect you as a reactor. By the way, friend, I respect you as a reactor. This is all about clout. I respect you as a reactor.
Hello. How's everybody doing today? What's going on? My God. Hello, everyone. Hello, how's it going? I'm feeling like a little overwhelmed. This is a lot of shit to keep up with today. Bougie-licious babe. Okay. Oh, hey Jackie. Who would have thought? Who'd have thunk it that Jackie would have had an insightful thought in that brain of hers? It's all about clout. Fran, I respect you as a reactor. At the end of the day, that bitch respects me as a reactor. Okay? She respects me. It's all about clout. Like, don't be mad. I'm going to roast you because I want to make a bag off you, right? That's just how it works, right? Is that how it works? That's how it seems to work. That's what I'm thinking. What do you guys think? You had fun today. You had fun? Have you been running up and down these YouTube streets, Pineapples? Is that what was fun? What was fun today? Y'all, I was in the middle of a phone conversation earlier and my phone died. I came in here to my office to charge it up, and I've been sitting in the same spot for about 3 hours maybe. J-Day, what's going on? Mary Blue. I'm sorry, I did not mean to keep you guys waiting. However, I set up the room and I just walked away because I was like, I gotta eat something. And I went and made a turkey sandwich. If you are bothered by the possibility that somebody might be chewing on something, girl, come back in like 10 minutes because this is just an old basic. I said to my husband, do you want an old basic turkey sandwich? I'm not doing anything fancy. I took out stuff to make my bagel and cream cheese, everything bagel sandwich. And I just said, you know what? I'm just going to make an old basic. That's it. I just want basic today. Okay. Mary Blue, how are you? Hi, Sea Talk. Pineapples, what were you doing? What was the fun today? It was up and down the YouTube streets. I'm drained. I've been over there in the bushes, watching the shenanigans of folks on these YouTube streets. I've had people ask me to talk about strikes. I've had people, I know there's been a lot going on with Keisha, Olivia, and that Fugazi ass song that she made. And I actually sat there and tried to really listen to those damn lyrics, and I'm just kind of like, oh, okay. It's a lot. Let's see. Miss Blue. Hey, Jessica. Jessica, did you have your first week of school yet? If so, drop down, tell us how it went. Are the kids bad AF? Are they just little angels and learning so much already? Which I'm sure they are. They are. Don't say anything to get yourself in trouble. Because people will drop a dime out here on these YouTube streets on you. They will call, girl, believe it or not, there are people out here who will call even a shelter for homeless women and make sure that someone doesn't have a bed to sleep in, okay? You know they'll call your job. If somebody will call someone's place where they lay their head to rest, do you not think they will call your job? Girl, I keep telling y'all, preserve your information out here on these YouTube streets, because however messy you might think you are, there's probably someone 10 times worse and doing shit you just would not even think that somebody would do, and a whole crowd of people ready to co-sign it, okay? So don't get it twisted, okay? Sometimes even the adults in the room are not the adults in the room, okay? Let's just be for real here. All right. Moving in silence. How are you? What's going on? Devilly Creations. What's going on? Happy Saturday, everybody. What's going on? We still never even made it to Lowe's yet. Gotta go to Lowe's, gotta get some stuff for my garden that is just needs some work. Cam and Bows, how are you? My garden is doing really good, but I've gone to the place where I don't know how to get to. No name needed. Are you it, girl? I don't know if that's the same picture or not, but it, girl, if you're out there, I didn't have to unblock you because you weren't blocked. But your picture looks like no user name needed. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. You guys tell me. And then my same question is this: are you Melissa Raftis? Melissa Raftis, what happened to you? Where are you? Because I know you were subscribed to me under a couple of names, and I'm just wondering, like, girl, what in the focaccia bread is going on? Because your name has been mentioned quite a bit this week, and you are missing in action from the YouTube streets, lady. Where are you? There's some people out here looking for you, and seems like you might have some keys to some sitchies that are going on out here. I'm curious to know what you know, and what the hell's really going on? That's what I want to know. Kanisha, what's going on? Joanna Murphy, how are you? Steph M, I'm sorry, my phone died. Let's see. Bougielicious babe, I love that. Buttons all day, what's going on? Capricorn 14, Mrs. SWV. Overtown, how are you? J-Day. I was over in Kel's chat, and it's so fun. Kel's is so hilarious. Journal Girl, what's going on? The Erics, what's going on? Lola's Addiction, how are you? Yes, the bushes. The bushes aren't even safe. It ain't safe. It ain't safe nowhere out here on these YouTube streets, I'm gonna tell you. Let's see. Who came through? Yes, Sleek Diva. Sleek Diva, thank you, girl. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Vicky Holiday, how are you, hon? Liz Jim, what's going on? Nicole E. Guys, can you make sure to welcome our new Bougie Gang official, please? Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Sleek Diva. We appreciate you, hun. Thank you, thank you, thank you for coming forward. And girl, making it official. Okay. Let's see. Am I on my okay? Did everybody, I don't know if I had to tell you guys to do your homework, but did everybody go check out Olivia's song? I mean, are we all up to speed on the song? Because I'm not going to play it. I'm going to be honest, guys. The amount of footage, like, I think we've gotten spoiled on footage because people are acting crazy. And even when you are successful in being able to appeal a takedown request, at the end of the day, who wants to do all that, and who wants your content held for a period of nobody wants to do that. I know I don't at all, because time is money. And when your content is being held up, guess what? You're not making, and you're not making money. And for all of you who like to remind everyone how you don't need a YouTube check, that's all well and good. And everyone does not need a YouTube check. But let me tell you something. For the amount of crap that people have to deal with on these YouTube streets, yeah, y'all need to pay me. I would not be doing this for free, I'm telling you, because when I was doing it for free, I wasn't dealing with so much stuff. I dealt with some, but not to the degree of going onto someone's community page and seeing like my personal information there, because that's fucked up. But then I had to remind myself, yeah, it was Jackie that said, yeah, this is all about clout. And I'm just like, right. And Olivia said, you clout chasing, dick riding. And I'm like, okay. Everybody's selling someone, huh? Everyone is selling something. Everybody's trying to make a buck. People are trying to jockey for position. I'm telling you, I'm sorry. If you can stand up here and tell me that after dealing with everything that you have to deal with on the YouTube streets, and you get to number one, your first 1,000 subscribers, the dialogue changes. I'm sorry. That's some bullshit. And if if you are not making money out here on YouTube, you will very quickly say, you know what, I'm going to take a break. I don't want to do this. Or if you are making a lot of money, maybe you don't really care. But I'm sorry. Once people get to 1,000, they realize they can get a check, they can get a little bit of money. And maybe if you really do start making something where you can make $500 to $1,000, couple $1,000, and that's very doable. That's very doable, but it's definitely some work to do that. And there's some basics that you need to do. And those of you who have friends out here who are not offering up information, that's okay. I mean, it just is what it is. When you figure it out and you're looking at them like, why didn't you ever tell me I needed to do that? Then maybe you can figure out, yeah, it's all about you just figure out your place with that person that you're friends with who didn't bother to tell you how to actually make money on YouTube. But it's weird. And it's interesting to me. I don't know, like all of a sudden I was thinking about something, and then I was just like, that's fucking, yeah, it's all about clout, isn't it? Because it's not just about clout, it's about money at the end of the day. There is not one person to me that I don't think turned on their camera not because they didn't see a channel that they really enjoyed, and for whatever reason it made you want to turn a camera on and say something, right? Liv used Ryan's apple juice for her pregnancy test. I mean, girl, look, is it out of, just like last week, is it out of the realm of possibility that Olivia could be pregnant? I don't think so. She's loose with her box. I mean, and if she's not, that's what she wants us to think. You know what I'm saying? She's created an illusion that she is out here fucking up a storm. Okay? That's what she has given us the illusion, right? So the fact that she says she's had a pregnancy test and she could be pregnant, it's not a shocker to me. Just like if there's someone out here who lies a lot and I hear them in a lie, am I going to believe it? Of course I'm going to believe it, because they have been known to be a liar, right? Jenny is trying to figure out why she is only making $150 a month. Yeah, that's yeah. I know, because she doesn't have any ad placement. She doesn't know how to do it. One thing so great question, Z Lady. Thanks for bubbling that up. I will give a free answer on that. Read the information in the YPP. Go into that studio and start reading the information. You sign a whole entire agreement with a $1 billion corporation to have a share in profiting from their royalties, and you don't even understand how to obtain them. All you know is that you need to hit the flag to monetize your video, but you don't know how to the optimize your monetization of your video. And if you didn't know that, that's not, the one thing regarding Jenny, which I've watched a lot of Jenny's channel. And for those of you who've heard me over the past few weeks regarding her was, give her the benefit of the doubt. Let's see how this pans out. But somehow some lion clout chasing ass was running around telling that girl that I was a bad person. So because she's easily influenced and trusts people who she thinks are trustworthy, I'm some sort of a bad person. And even when she's got multiple pictures of me and multiple videos in a thread with a fucking nincompoop ass wannabe reactor, um, it's astounding to me that these two people seem to never have any conversations about business. See, the reason why you're not making money on YouTube is because you're focused on the wrong shit. If you see my timelines in Instagram, I could have very similar conversations, but that business pays me. Okay. Whether I'm a bitch or not, yeah, that doesn't really pay you. Actually, it's done quite the opposite. Because having an association with a certain person she revealed today made her lose about 250 subscribers. But maybe she's getting them back. I don't know. Um, but yeah, she's not making any money because the people who she aligned herself with didn't bother to tell her how to optimize her videos. Period. Okay, Miss Corey, I tried to explain the ads to Jenny, but shit, I only make $150 a month. So who am I to coach her? Right. Well, not even right. Like, why should you? How did you find out? Did someone tell you or did you go read it? Did you go do the research? Did you read the information before you opted into the YPP? You know what I'm saying? Did you listen when maybe someone told you, oh, you need to put ads in there? And then pay attention as you're uploading or pay attention to the system that you're using. And like, oh, maybe you know what I mean? Like, have you ever, when you're new at a job and you have a system and you start clicking on stuff because you're one of these people that learn by doing, so you decide to click on shit and see what's, because nothing's ever permanent in the system until you hit the save button, right? You can always hit that good old back button, right? Or click the X out of it. Don't save anything because now you've changed stuff. But there's always the ability to click on stuff to see what maybe you have not seen, right? Right, KP, right? Latoy, how are you doing? Hello, everyone. Anyone who I haven't said hello to, I'm sorry I skipped over you, but it was just time to go ahead and jump right on in because you guys have been waiting and I didn't mean to make you guys wait for so long. I just wanted to have the room set up and optimized so that when I take my time to come to talk to you guys, which is so much fun and something that I really enjoy, I get to benefit from the fruits of my labor, which was qualifying that first gateway to make some coin, right? So to Miss Corey's point, it's not so much who are you, because you know what? There's a lot of people that will never make a penny on YouTube, okay? There's some people who don't even bother to monetize their videos, believe it or not. So that $150, girl, that might be a nice pair of jeans. It could be a good little, nice little dinner or a couple of lunches on your break or whatever, but you keep at it and you keep doing what you're doing and keep posting. It's going to grow. It's going to grow. And I'm going to just say, if you are not subscribed to Miss Corey's channel, go check her out. Go check out and see what she's doing over there. Because if you're making let me tell you something. I'll share this with you guys. I probably make anywhere from $150 to $250 on my vlog channel. My vlog channel sees about 3 videos a week. My views are, they're okay. They're not where I'd like them to be, but I'm working on that. I've started posting more than I was, so it's definitely increasing. Okay, but sometimes you have to be very strategic about what you're doing. There, you know, again, the clout comes up, right? Because if you're strategic about what you're doing and you're targeting and pinpointing and conscious about what you're doing, if you are posting more content, it would stand to reason that you're going to have more views, you're going to have more watch time, you're going to make more money, right? If you don't have ads, guess what? You're going to not make much money. Also understand that whether you monetize something or not, or are monetized or not, understand that YouTube reserves the right to put advertisement on your videos. So whether someone is monetized or not and you see advertising, that doesn't mean that they're sharing in that advertising royalty. They may not. Even if you choose to not monetize something, it could YouTube, this is a business, okay? This is a business. Trust and believe. And I know a lot of you treat this as a place to make friends, socialize, things of that nature. But at the end of the day, it's definitely business. Yeah. Really confused. I don't know who that is, Kadar. But great point, Ms. Corey, and thank you for asking. Jenny needs to get with someone who can help her, and Jenny needs to get with someone who may want to help her. That's really all I can say. I mean, I watch her channel. I find her story fascinating. So I'm in the bushes most of the time, quietly watching, because I'm just like, girl, it's like a freaking cliffhanger over here. And when she went into strike mode last night, understand Olivia wasn't the only person striking channels. Jenny's over there striking channels. She's like, I'm giving you fair warning. I know how to do it, and I'm getting ready to come through here striking channels. And I think the irony is that she ended up striking the channel that taught her how to do it, that encouraged her to do it. But what people don't also understand is this. If you are striking a channel, yeah, you better be ready to want to take someone to court, because if someone has a successful appeal, which I'm just going to say this, everyone does not have a successful appeal. But if you are able to have a successful appeal to the strike down, yeah, you're not doing anything but wasting your time. So you might want to make sure that you are using those wisely, because you can strike as many people as you want. But when people call you on your bluff that you don't have a registered copyright and your ass don't have the guap to take me to court or get an attorney, and some live streams in the woods that has made you $10 is not really worth it, yeah, I probably would not be striking people for copyright strikes. It just doesn't make sense. It's a very quick solution to feeling empowered. However, it's not something that really sticks. But do you, and everybody else do you. That's, I'm going to stand on this. There's a lot of people on YouTube that give out way too much information, and I'm gonna leave it right there. I personally think that there's a time and a place to do anything. And if I'm going to do something, I'm going to make sure that I get the most bang for my buck as I possibly can. I'm not going to be fooling around with nobody. You know what I'm saying? So I know people out there love to tell everything that's going on. And again, it's all about clout. Because if you've got something going on, guess what? That makes you relevant, especially when you look in that mirror and you don't feel really relevant. You feel some type of way because there's people out here that you have no respect for, that you think are kind of lame, but you run around and you bite their style. You want to make jokes about them, but then next thing you know, yeah, what was once a prop is now part of your style. Because you're like, oh shit, like I kind of actually like that. That's kind of cute. Or you kind of start to betray yourself because you watch them so much and you know they make so much goddamn sense. And then you start saying their words. Their philosophy starts to seep into that dim-witted, numbskull brain of yours. And it's just like, fucking bitch. Yeah, I guess she was right. Yeah, it's the privilege for me. Okay, privilege ain't things on these. Yeah, well, there's a perception of privilege, okay? There's a perceived privilege. I think that some people step into a little bit more cred than they deserve, or privilege than they actually have, and sometimes need to understand that everybody, no matter what you think they're doing, it's something else that is actually really happening. Let me tell you this. This was funny, and I'm going to kind of segue off of that, because and at the end of the day, if it makes you feel a way, it's just gonna, you know what I'm saying. um let me tell you something, Olivia. I'm telling you, 2 months ago, let me just jump into this really quick. Well, first, let me say this before I talk about you, Olivia, because I know you got to be out there listening. These zaddies with channels, we just added another one today, and I'm sure you all know it already. Strong Mommy Chrissy and Rob are in business. Okay. First, she wanted to kind of see how the relationship went, see if he was worthy. I mean, she said she always knew he was worthy. She loved him. But, you see a lot of people out here giving channels to their men. And it's not even so much giving channels, because I looked at the channel. He might even be at 1,000 by now, girl. But he was at like at 480 something. Maybe I was like, it was 480 something, and I can't tell you where I was, but when I went back right before this broadcast, he was right in the neighborhood of 700, which means he could be at 1,000 right now. I mean, why not? Your woman has over 100,000. He could be at 5,000 by this afternoon. I mean, why not, right? 10,000. Like, really, you know what I'm saying? So but the zaddies with the channels. Now, Rob is look, I'm gonna just say this from, all due respect, period. If my husband had a channel out here on YouTube and started posting videos, I would never tell anybody in this community. You know why? Because 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be something about cars, it's gonna be something about engines, it's gonna be something about guy stuff. And the only guy stuff that the people of this community are interested in is how these guys are working these boxes, and whether they're home or not, or they're dick dashing, shouts out to Kels, or, you know what I'm saying, what they're doing in relation to these moms. There is nothing in this community that I would want to send over to my husband's channel, period. And because people also like to do things to try to embarrass people, I'm thinking to myself, Chrissy, you've got yourself a nice guy here. Why are you going to have a whole bunch of thirsty people up in his comments? Or are his comments going to be magically turned off? Or you're going to have to take a whole new job of policing his comments, and the thirsties to have to slow down? It just doesn't make sense to me. I think that on the strength of a new channel, rather than asking people to subscribe, which of course I did, because I do reactions and reviews on channels, so I got to stay in the know. But at the end of the day, he should be cultivating his own channel, because just like we see with Zolo Bands, his channel was popping with Olivia. Then it took a little slump, not because it wasn't good, but because the interest in the full view of what was going on with him and Olivia kind of slowed down. He was kind of not in the best place. He was in transition. He was interviewing for a new boo, and he didn't hit his stride yet. Then all of a sudden, he's teamed up with people, and now he's on kind of a regular thing, and we're going to see how it goes. But Olivia struck his channel. Olivia obviously did not give him the memo that it's not a good thing to live stream other people's live streams while live streaming. And I'm surprised he only got the bench for 24 hours. He says it was 24 hours. I'm surprised, because they used to do almost 90 days. I remember when when Nisi got struck for inadvertently live streaming someone, and she was benched for a minute. And all of you who've been around, especially since last year, when Olivia struck Ming, and Ming was benched off the Bells Plus 2 from going live, and she started doing more of her Ming for King, right? There's those opportune moments that you can catch somebody with their pants down. Like I said, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it with some impact. I'm going to make you feel that shit. So, yeah, that not just was it a strike, it was I'm going to hit you where it hurts, because you got it twisted and I let you react to me live one too many times, but now I'm coming for your neck because we're done. And yeah, he can't go live. So that gets in the way of his money on the weekend when people are available and wanting to hear his live streaming, and you're go over there somewhere else giving somebody else some watch time and subscribers. Okay. Why the other guys on the panel didn't go live on their channels, I don't understand. Because if you are helping someone grow their channel every day, when it's time to alternate, yeah, we go into my shit, right? Because yeah, I need to grow too, right? But I don't know. There's just a bunch of generous people out here on these YouTube streets. I'm kind of surprised, but hey, cool. What did Zolo do? Zolo was reacting to Olivia showing her ass, and not literally, but you know what I mean. I wanted to clarify that because she has been known to literally show her ass. He was reacting to her live and she struck him. And it's a community guidelines violation to do that. And it will take you will lose your live privileges when that's happening. So he is elsewhere going live today because he's been benched. And because he does not, because you know, he's put up like a vlog or two, but most of his content is of a live variety, right? So that really, that's a bitter pill, right? It was Blah that struck. So Blah struck him. Didn't Olivia strike him too? I mean, that's a bad place to be if you're at 2 strikes and with other strikes pending. When you have 3 community guideline strikes, it's not a good thing. Yeah. Hold on. Really, Lily? So Liv struck you too? Yeah, I'm telling you guys, any reactors out here, I would be very careful. Because at the end of the day, I know some people wanted me to explain fair use. I was actually, it's ironic. The day that I was talking about fair use pretty much at length, I kind of was doing like almost a little training, if you will. Um, just some fuck shit landed on my front door, and I've been dealing with it ever since. But what I can tell you is this. Um, I've had 2 strikes against me, and I don't have 2 strikes against me, but the strikes were overturned and trashed. So I don't know. I don't know what other people do. I just know what I do. And you know, someone puts shit on my doorstep, I'm gonna pick it up and I'm going to put the shit back on your doorstep. We're gonna go back and forth and see who ends up with it, right? Um, that's that. But yeah, I think that when you can take someone who really enjoys going live, or that's their main content, and you take that ability away from them for a period of time, yeah, that shit hurts, I would imagine, right? But anyway, Rod's got a channel, guys, so let's add him to the list of zaddies. The one thing that I found interesting that Chrissy said was, yeah, we got 9 kids to hold on. Let me look at my notes. Yeah, we got 9 kids to feed. I mean, 10 if you add his. I was like, Chrissy, We have 9 kids to feed, so you're already counting on the money he's going to make from this channel. And girl, as an afterthought, oh no, it's 10 if you count his. And that's a loose quote. I may not have gotten it 100% correct, but that's what she said. If any of you who are on there, we got 9 babies to feed, 10 if you count his. That's his channel. His kids don't get the first fruit. My God. Wow. That was interesting. That was very interesting. I would be mortified if my daddy was somewhere else and he'd moved on away and was, doing his own thing somewhere else, and I found out that his first goes elsewhere and I'm not the first thought of what he does with that money, like taking care of my, that there's someone in the midst who was counting his coins for their children over little old me. And I'm sure that was not necessarily the intent, but understand, when people are freestyling, they're saying what's in their mind and what's technically in their heart. I don't think she meant it to be ugly. I think it was just, she's thinking about her family first, sure. And that's additional monies that will be coming into the household. But Rod, if you're out there listening, coming out here onto these YouTube streets and trying to get the mom community up in the mist, I don't know, is that a good idea? Because someone's counting your coins for that household first, and not wherever your munchkin resides with their mother, and you breaking off your seed first. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say on that. I'm gonna leave that right there. You guys chew on that. And of course, I'm gonna think of my kid first, but I'm just saying. Olivia, let me tell you something. If you speak on Zolo again, I have no pity for you. None. I don't really have any pity for you right now, but what I'm gonna say is this: nobody should feel sorry for you. I was watching Kels today and I kind of had an awareness. She was talking about one thing, but it made me, and maybe this is just a different way of saying the exact same thing. I think that Olivia is truly a victim. She's just a victim, and she's always in victim mode. She's always talking about how someone did something to her, someone has wronged her, people are talking down on her. The similarities with her and Jenny is that I constantly hear her saying, it's funny that some of these mommies, Chrissy doesn't say it as much because I don't think Chrissy cares. Chrissy has a lot of self-awareness and she's mature. And I think she's getting more and more mature. And that's why, honestly, I can't even fuck with Chrissy as much anymore, because I see what she's doing out here and I have some respect for her. She is stepping into as a grown woman, and it's obvious, right? People are not going to like you. People are going to think ill of you. I think that when she kind of got to the point with Starla Omega and she had to face kind of the lifestyle that she was living and the way that she was portraying herself, I think that she had a come to Jesus moment. I don't know who it was with or how she had it, but the risk and the exposure that she put her family in, I think, to me, would change people, right? And we see that Chrissy, like, completely, at least visibly on these YouTube streets, has really pulled back. And I respect that, because there are people out here who do not give a fuck about making you almost feel like your front door is wide open. They don't care. They don't care if the grimiest, nastiest fucking axe murderer came into your house. And I'm just being for real on that, okay? If you think that somebody on YouTube cares about you, period, they don't. They really don't. Because we have seen friendships demolished. We've seen people say things that only you see in movies. I'm the type of person, even with a best friend, and we fall apart as friends, Your secrets are still safe with me. That's the type of friend I am. I'm not the friend that's going to spill all your fucking tea. That's not me. Because I don't know why, but that's just not me. I know that there's some people, just like some people fight below the belt. I'm not someone who's going to call you all kinds of bitches and stuff, especially you're my friend. I don't even play around with bitch. If I call you a bitch, it's because you are a fucking bitch and I don't like you. I don't play with bitch. I just don't. There could be a 1% chance I may say, oh my God, you're such a bitch. But honestly, I don't do that. And I'm gonna tell you why also. Well, number one, I don't. I just don't. It's a story, and I don't want to get too off track. I just don't. But there's a rare occasion it may come up, but clearly it's joking. But I don't call people bitches because when I call someone a bitch, I mean it, right? There's people look, they just don't care. Back to Olivia. Olivia, Zolo girl, he said you're shaped like a fucking beanbag. Did you guys hear this roast? Olivia is shaped like a beanbag. He talked about, and she told everybody I ate her ass. But I got 2 videos, one of you sucking me up and me one and one of him, I guess, fucking the shit out of you, right? He says that you are covered in a termite trap. He says that you look like a pig in a blanket. He said that your stomach is shaped like a waterbed, okay? He said that your body was shaped like the magic school bus. He said your body is a bus. He said Olivia's body is bigger than 2 bunk beds. He said, I promise you that hoe was not that big when I was fucking with her. That hoe done got bigger. She's taking up a lot of space. That's what his friend said. Not Black, but the other guy. I don't know what his name is. Not Wolf, but there's 2 other guys on the panel. He said, yeah, she's built like a refrigerator. Okay. No, better yet, a deep freezer. Okay. Let me tell you something. I was online, I was on Google, and I was pulling up pictures. I actually have a big bean bag right up, queued up, but you guys know what a bean bag looks like. If I pull a bean bag up right now, you guys are going to fall the fuck out. Some of you driving might need to pull over. Your bellies might start hurting. Girl, he said you were bigger than bunk beds, that you take up a lot of space. You're built like a damn deep freezer. No, you're built like a refrigerator. No, better yet, a damn deep freezer. You look like the magic school bus. He called you all types of hoes. And this is right after you are sitting there singing him a fucking song. Are you kidding me? I'm so hurt, so hurt, so hurt, so hurt. I did, I can, I will rise above this shit. You little bit. Does it make you feel better to sing these words, girl? If you did, you can, and you will. Why are you still here? If you did it, why are you here? If you can we see it? I haven't seen you do shit, lady, other than chase after men who are no longer interested in you. I guess what's going to happen, Olivia, and this is the bad thing, because right now there is a shitstorm brewing around someone by the name of Keisha Anderson. People are so sick of her and seeing her degrade herself, in their opinion, that they are mad at her, or not even mad. I think it's more disappointed or just disgusted. Let's just say it like that. They're just kind of like, girl, bye. Okay. and the manipulation of the audience. So I think there's a little bit of frustration, anger, not so much mad because, oh, bitch, we envy you. I think it's just more so like, I've invested time. I've been watching you. We're waiting for stuff to come through. It's like the storyline that never pans out, or just the shit you see people do that you're just kind of like, I thought you were better than that. Like my homegirl Toya says, I thought you guys were bougie. I don't expect to see a bougie woman's man at the gas station allegedly selling what's not illegal to sell, but probably is not legal to sell outside of a CBD store, but saying you're selling CBD, but you're not selling CBD because you don't have to sell CBD covertly. You just go to the CBD store and go buy it. Weird. But yeah, those kind of things happen like that. Okay. Weird, very weird and strange, but you are going to rack up. You've already got some crazy people at your doorstep, because I went live last Saturday night and I had two people call in. I'm just gonna two people call in who had fanciful tall tales about you, which may have been rooted in truth. We don't know. But I didn't even know this because I don't look at your views. I don't care enough. I know some of you guys out there love to go look at people's views and try to figure out how much money they're making and all that stuff, and that's awesome. But until someone tells you what they're making, you're never going to know, because I guarantee you there's people out here who may have more or less subscribers than someone else, and they could be making less money. You know what I'm saying? So it's you won't know. You will never know unless someone just shares it with you. It's crazy. Olivia, stop talking about that man. He's not thinking about you anymore. And even if he is, the fact that, let's say, and I think he did say that he did inbox you, so it's not unbelievable that he inboxed you, because maybe at a certain point he did still care, and maybe he was a little concerned that maybe he hurt your feelings, right? But now that you are putting him on Front Street and he is over there with a whole nother woman who you said met him through you, which I'm assuming that she's either loyalty gang or she's some sort of, I don't know. I hope she's not bougie gang. If you're bougie gang, I need for you to come through expeditiously, because we want to hear from you and find out what the fuck is going on over there. However, at the end of the day, she says that he met Nubu from her. So if in fact that is true, it is what it is. So this is the new thing too. And let me tell you something, guys. You know, it's really funny. So there's a loser out here who says she's got my phone number. Bitch, call me. That's going to be so funny. It's going to be like D calling Hazel, right? If any of you were watching that earlier. It is what it is. Like, to me, if we're not friends, I don't know you. I don't owe you $50. Bitch, you're not trying to buy like a four-wheeler. You're not trying to come to our garage sale. I don't have some shit on Facebook offer up for your ass. We've already filled our house cleaning position. I don't need someone to come pressure wash my house. Bitch, I don't have nothing for you. So at the end of the day, I don't even understand what in the fuck a phone number even means in 2021, because we're not friends. So the fact that you are running around with my phone number like you've got fucking YouTube gold, bitch, do you know that I could have a new phone number in 2 clicks? But because I'm that type of bitch, girl, call up here if you want to. If you want a good old-fashioned in-person cuss the fuck out, girl, I triple dare you. If you dare, you will hear the heat in my breath all the way in Fort Bend, Indiana. Okay? You will get a shiver up your spine if you ever even thought to dial my number for a second time. Not to mention, I will have documentation, something else to continue my list. Okay? Keep fucking yourself. Keep documenting yourself. Okay? Just keep it on. Okay? Because girl, you dumb. You dumb. Dumber than dumb. Okay? Stop it. Just stop. See, some of this stuff on YouTube is just too far. Love Noel, I'm telling you something. You could bank on it. You could take it to the bank like a check. Girl, I'm never going to call you on no fuck shit. If you gave me your phone number, you gave me your number because we are friendly like that, let's just say, then you're not going to see your phone number somewhere. I never gave this bitch my number. She's over here doing probably like reverse checks or Googling me, putting my information up under her pillow, trying to get the secret sauce, the magic that if you look up enough stuff about me, you gaze into enough pictures, you look at enough pictures that are unflattered. See, Olivia, what you've got it twisted is that there are some crazy people out here, but I'm certainly not one of them. Honestly, like I said, this is kind of like a fun kiki. And honestly, the only reason why this turned personal for some, with some, is the fact that you guys like to flip the script and make it personal. All I've ever done was report on your channel. I've always liked to do my little Three Moms update because I like to commune with people who watch the same YouTube channels that I did. But all of a sudden, when someone seems to offer up some recommendations and things of that nature, people got offended. And rather than being a bitch and say, you know what? Can you stop? Olivia had an opportunity to speak with me and TMR. I played some of that video for you guys. Never has she ever. Okay? And I tell you what, and I can speak about this now because it's kind of already happened, but like a couple months ago, I did an interview with Missy Lynn, who has a pretty large platform. She has 2 channels. She's got a big Instagram presence. She's been on YouTube for a long time. She makes money on YouTube. She makes a fair amount of money. She had a situation, and I don't even have the details, but what I do know is that I was dropped some information in my inbox, and we talked about it in the interview. It took place on Instagram, and I did bring it over here, so it's posted on my channel, but the bulk of the views and interactions are on Instagram. Thank you, Dr. Amir. And she had a situation at her home. She was arrested. And we didn't talk about the situation because it was still in flux with everything going on. However, I did a video like I would do on maybe anybody else. This happened. I got this information. I checked my resource, and I put the video up. And like within an hour in my inbox, I was talking to someone on the phone from YouTube, and I was like, oh shit, Missy Lynn just emailed me. And she sent me a note like a grown-ass woman and said, hey, how are you? She said, I'm just like, basically, I'm gonna cut to the chase. Like, something happened and it was not pleasant. And I'm asking you, as a woman, please, would you consider taking it down? Before I even answered her back, I'd already taken down the video. Like, when I post a Missy Lynn video, I've gotten some really, one of my highest videos, maybe my highest video is a Missy Lynn video. And she asked me to take it down, and I did. I said, when I answered her back, it was done. And she emailed, thank you. And then we started back and forth, like we started talking. And she's a very nice person. She's Virgo Gang Gang, guys. She's a baddie. She's a very cool person. And I'm not gonna say I wouldn't still cover her. The main reason why I was covering her was because just what was going on with her and Jayla Corian, I found interesting. But honestly, she doesn't really have much going on right now. I mean, her and Wendell and whatever. If you know Missy Lynn and her story and all that stuff, but she's a nice girl, but she keeps it pretty low key over there, right? The main thing that was popping off for her was the whole thing with Jayla, right? And we know Jayla Corian has been surrounded with drama. But Missy Lynn she messaged me on Instagram. I got the message and I dropped it. And it wasn't because it was Missy Lynn. It was because she reached out to me and I could feel that obviously something was wrong, but my humanity stepped in and I took it down. Now, does that mean I'm going to take down everything? No, because I have a right to report the news that I see fit in my desk in a decent and ethical manner. I don't try to degrade people. I'm reporting the news. If someone degraded you, I'm not really responsible for that. I'm not going to try to continue the degrading. But just like I just did a few minutes ago, Olivia this is a woman who is delusional. She's mad at the wrong people. And you have a whole man out here that you were quite intimate with and lived in your home and was around your children and took your precious children in vehicles and you entrusted him with your children. And this is a man who has talked so much shit about you, but you are mad at the wrong people. Always. It's like misplaced anger. Like, bitch, I didn't do nothing to you. Okay. So this stuff gets really personal, as we're seeing like with Dee and Hazel and Toya. Like, people get really, really, really mad. And then at the end of the day, you sit back and you're still like, what did I do to you? I mean, if you can tell me what I did, what did I do? Because I had an opinion on a certain topic. It's made you feel to the point that you need to put my household at risk. You need to threaten me that you're going to take a long drive to be arrested by some sheriffs in a whole nother state that's going to think that you are fucking Looney Tunes. Girl, really? Is it that serious that because I feel a certain way and you feel a certain way, that you're getting your blood pressure all up? I mean, it's like, come on. This is really crazy. It's really, 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 really crazy. I'm sorry. Today I just had to think about it like, this shit is fucking dumb. And if it's not about clout and it's not about a bag, what? If this isn't on some damn skits and shit, like, damn it, it should not be that serious. Okay? It really shouldn't. Let me just hold on. My ringer was off. Let me just make sure I didn't, because I triple dared somebody that they're not calling me, that I owe somebody a call back now. Let me just make sure. Hold on. I'm checking my phone. Unknown. Okay. I don't know. I don't know who unknown is. I don't know who that is. Unknown. What I'm finding out is that you can almost call from anywhere. I guess there's these text now numbers or these phony numbers that when you call people back, it's like legit someone else's phone number, but it's almost like you capture someone's phone number and make a phone call and it's giving you like a wrong number. Maybe I'm late to the party on this because I don't call. Like, when I call someone, I want you to know it's me. Okay? That when I call someone, I want you to know who's calling. Like, I'm not going to call you all private. Let me pick a name out. I'm not going to pick a name out. Whoever you are out there. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to call you, I want the caller ID to come up with my name. Okay? Yeah, I'm not going to call you private and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to have a conversation. Because I tell you what, I tell you guys all the time about that person who called me when I was at a damn Girl Scout meeting. I was like, bitch, what do you want? Are you kidding me? I'm at a fucking Girl Scout meeting right now, and you're calling me on some damn YouTube shit because I didn't say hello to you in a chat room? Bitch, would you go and crawl up under a rock somewhere? Are you kidding me? That was back when I didn't know that was like such a serious thing. Like, people really feel like slighted and dissed. I had no idea. That's why it's like I try to go so far out of my way to greet everyone that comes in here, because I just did not realize that people had feelings about that shit. Because honestly, I can't tell you how I am so much of the person that when I go to someone's chat room, I really don't care if someone says hello to me or not. If you do, great, but I don't feel slighted if they don't, because I also know what it's like to have a few hundred people in the mist, and you are also freestyling um on the microphone talking about a particular topic. And contrary to what anyone might think, I may have a list here because there may be certain things I want to cover, but I don't have a script. I don't sit and write ahead of time. I take notes about things I want to remember from videos, because I do watch the videos and I do watch them in their entirety, or as much as that I'll confess to watching. And there are details that sometimes I want to discuss. And if I'm discussing multiple things, then I'm going to write myself a list. But trust me, this is off the dome. You know what I'm saying? So it's not easy to stop yourself mid sentence just to say, "Hey, Rose of Sharon, how are you?" You know what I'm saying? Like, that takes some skill. Now, it's a skill that I have learned to acquire and fine tune, because now I've been doing this for some years. But when I first started this, me and TMR would be live and we'd have like 30 people in the live, and we'd be like, "Oh my God, we had such a good audience." Because, I mean, we hadn't been doing this. We were two moms who just happened to turn your cameras on one day, and all of a sudden, some other people who got to know our channels started to come into the live chat, right? And my God, somebody who is clearly touched in the fucking head, which I wish I'd never even would have acknowledged this individual and just let it ride, um, in effort to try to like, "Oh, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to skip over you," gave that person the open door to be pissed and remain pissed and to continue to create a narrative of some sort of beef. Like, this is crazy. This is absolutely nuts. The main, I'm just going to say that the people that, I'm just going to speak for me. The people that dislike me the most on the YouTube streets don't even fucking know me. You would think that I went to their house, stole a checkbook, and wrote thousands of checks that belonged to their mother. Okay. You would think that that's what I did. You would think that I went and smacked their child. You would think that I went and stole their fucking car. You would think that I called and tried to get them fired from their job. It's crazy. It's really crazy. Um, and I just don't understand the women out here that will give a pass to the men that wrong you. And then we talk about women's empowerment. Now I'm going to be one of the YouTube cliches that people are like, we're black women and you shouldn't be tearing other black women down. You got a whole man that disrespected you time and time and time again. But really and truly, I don't even blame Zolo Bands. I blame her, because Olivia has disrespected herself time and time again. He was doing him and she was doing her. But what she continued to do was give someone the ability to continue to disrespect her over and over and over again, but blame the other people. I mean, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And we see the same thing with Keisha. Keisha, she says that she holds Jeremy accountable. I don't know. Do I think that Keisha doesn't hold Jeremy accountable? And I'm talking about Keisha Anderson here, for those of you who do not know. I think at a certain point, she's got to shut the hell up. Because even if Jeremy is with the go along to get along gang, because her money is what trumps his money, basically, I think at a certain point, Jeremy might be like, "Go ahead with that," or go out and come home a couple days later. I don't know. I don't know how they operate their relationship. You know what I'm saying? But um considering that he seems to be a man who gets to do pretty much whatever he wants, and if you were a woman who got everything that you wanted from him, you would be wifed up by now. and he wouldn't be out here on the streets making you look foolish. So that tells me right there that you're not running things in your household, because it doesn't seem that way. He's out here damn asleep on the sidewalk, damn inebriated to the point where maybe it looks like people need to call the ambulance. And people are posting that. And in the very same track of Instagram, we see Jeremy in one of your vlogs where he's out playing basketball with the same guy who had him out the night before, laid out on the street, knowing good and well that a lot of people follow you and saw that. And I'm thinking to myself, why would you have that in your video? So Rose of Sharon, it's just a reference about the CBD. He's not so this is the deal. I'm going to go back really quick. So Jeremy was accused of selling weed at a gas station All-Star Weekend. When he was accused of selling weed, a certain channel put up a video. There were some girls in from out of town. Someone caught Jeremy on video at a Shell station in Atlanta, and he went up to a car and was talking to them about some fire. He said he didn't have gasoline, but he said he has some fire, and maybe they were looking for weed. I don't know, but you could see an Audi truck in the background. You could see a vehicle that is known to be a vehicle that he drives, and it very suspiciously looked like somebody who could be trying to either who was this at the basic greeting some people from out of town. I don't know on what, because the conversation seemed to be very I don't want to say innocent, but it was just a random ass conversation with some people from out of town. Nothing out of the way, like he's trying to talk to anybody. But he was talking about some gasoline, okay? And not for the vehicle, right? So the conversation was, especially when the folks that really ride for Keisha, is that it was not a good look and it was irresponsible of the person who did the video, because, the police, and you could risk his life and da 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 da. And then the comeback was, well, but it wasn't even weed, it was CBD. But why would someone be selling CBD? Because I don't know, CBD is not illegal, but I think you have to buy CBD at a CBD store. That's my point, right? That's like you rolling up, like going and buying a bag of tobacco and rolling it up. Like, why do that? People can just go buy a cigarette, right? I believe so, Ms. Corey. Yes. So the conversation was, well, oh, it was CBD. But why would you be, just direct them to the CBD store? Look, I don't want to jump down that rabbit hole on that conversation, but the thing really more so is that Keisha was very mad at the person who put that video up, rather than kind of making the problem go away, which was like, excuse me, we are public figures here in Atlanta. Do you mind not doing stupid shit? And maybe she had to Keisha's point, maybe she did have that conversation, but that's not something that she's going to get on and tell us. But what she's gonna do is that she is going to come for the neck by way of her personal reactor, to come for the person who is bringing them some negative heat that they don't want. You know what I'm saying? By way of D, who is like Keisha's own personal positive reactor, if you will, on these YouTube streets, that comes for anybody that's talking about Keisha in a way that Keisha does not like. It's crazy. And there are people who have opinions, kind of like me saying, like, oh, Olivia, this, that, and the other thing. There are people out here who think that, like, Keisha shouldn't be with Jeremy. I don't care if Keisha's with Jeremy, Jeremy 1, Jeremy 2, like whoever that woman is with is her business. I could care less, honestly. Like that's her box, that's her man, that's her whatever. I find both of them quite amusing as far as I'm concerned, but there's just a lot of drama with it. And the baby mom situation of Ashley. So there's a baby mom in question because Jeremy had a kid to the side of Keisha when he had basically a full-blown relationship with another woman named Ashley. So it's like if you are in the company of the Keisha supporters and you call Ashley anything other than a side chick, they're pissed. Gemini so special, I see you. um they're pissed. They don't like that. Let me tell you something. However, you have people like it's a lot. It's a lot over there, and there's lots of back and forth. Today, Dee was going back and forth with someone. There's all kinds of connecting the dots and sharing of information. It's crazy. And back to my original point, if you're not making money on this, like YouTube YouTube is not Facebook. YouTube is I'm putting up these videos. I want you to be entertained. I want you to love my videos. I want you to have a catalog of videos to look through. I want us to have a good time, and I want to make some coin doing it. That's my goal, my objective, right? I'm not completely money driven, but I am the type of individual that does get a certain degree of satisfaction being able to gauge my performance. And part of my performance to me is my numbers and how I'm doing and that I'm continuing to grow. If there are people on here that really don't care about that and you are in the YPP or you're in the program, the way that this thing grows and the way that things get better is by making it grow and grow in a positive way. Even if you're involved in some foolishness and fuckery, that's okay. But social media is not necessarily designed to continue to intimidate people to make them want to drop off of social media. It's to encourage people to want to continue to post. So I think that a little bit of the reaction video kind of breeds another reaction video to another reaction video. But when you are threatening people and you are doxing people and you are intimidating people and you are harassing people and all of those things, that's not necessarily good for social media, right? I would think, because that stuff is crazy. That's crazy. Now, is it subjective what people think is harassment versus not harassment? Of course, because I could say I'm not harassing you, and maybe you find out like, okay, maybe I should have backed off a little bit, or maybe I got a little bit too excited, right? And then you give people an opportunity to back off, but then they double down. It's like, come on, what? And you hear this said a lot. What's the end game? Yeah, what's the end game in some of these? You know what I'm saying? Like Olivia deciding to continue to rib at Zolo bands, but then you want to tell us to leave you alone. But all I'm doing over here, I'm not calling your phone. I'm not giving out the coordinates to your house. I'm not giving people your license plate number. I didn't show up on a live stream last weekend making up stories and telling people Amber's license plate number. Okay? That's the weird shit. That's the weird shit, and that's kind of like okay, what's going on? Like, if you got to go get therapy and take medication because people on YouTube are bothering you, it's time to get the fuck up off of YouTube, or you need to figure out what you need to be doing on YouTube that's different from what is not bringing you joy. I'm the type of person that if it's not bringing me joy, I'm not fucking doing it. Period. I'm just not. Believe it or not, I enjoy my YouTube channel. And I mean, I don't even think it's a believe it or not. You guys got to know. I don't sit around doing graphics and making up visuals and writing down notes because I don't enjoy this. Trust me, for whatever I am earning on YouTube, it's not enough to cover these bills over here. Okay. But it's nice. And but I do it because I enjoy it. But when it becomes unenjoyable or becomes dangerous, then I have to rethink some things, because if I'm going to be a normal, rational, and logical person, for me to think that somebody who is mentally disturbed to do crazy shit is going to all of a sudden have a moment of clarity and humanity, and even just concern for themselves, because it was told to me personally that I should be more concerned about somebody's own family than they are concerned for themselves. So basically, like I said, it's the privilege for me. So what it is that you get to do what the fuck you want to do. And because you have a kid, I'm supposed to think of your kid more than I think about my kid. I got my own kid. Okay? And if you care about what you got going on at your house, then you be concerned about your kid and don't put things that put you in risk. Okay? Because when people are out here starting with other people and you expect them to have, like, it's the narcissism for me. Okay? It's the, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? But like I said, we see this up and down the YouTube streets. This is like very common, and it's also very weird. But I've had people come for me at work, and I'm telling you, I think I told you guys about this. I had a Karen, and I know some of you are triggered by Karen, and that makes a whole Black woman a racist by identifying a woman who happens to be Caucasian, who targeted another Black woman because for whatever reason they have this person had a history of targeting Black women, and for whatever reason feels that these women get in their way, or those women had gotten in their way, and they just get them in their crosshairs. And I've had that happen to me on more than one occasion, and it just is what it is. But me telling my story about having confronted a Karen in corporate America has people saying that I'm a racist. I'm like, girl, bye. Like, that's stupid. That's not only is that dumb, but it's also stupid, because I'm not even going to answer that. That's just dumb. But if you say so, I'll be that. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. Because there were a couple people who were mad at me. I had a couple of members, specifically one who I still see out here on the YouTube streets. And just because sometimes I do like to fuck with people, I make sure I say hello every time I see her on the YouTube streets, because I know she's very mad at me. She's very mad. But I just make a point of saying, oh, hey, how you doing? Because at the end of the day, I'm not mad at you, but it just makes me think, like, bitch, are you actually does it bother you? Because another one of my subscribers who happens, okay, thank you, Riza. I wasn't even going to say you. I was thinking of someone else. But here's Riza. She's a subscriber and a member, and she's self-proclaiming out here that she's a white woman. And Karen offends me none, because she knows she's not a Karen. Karens get mad at Karens because guess what? Karens like to throw rocks and hide their hands. So who's actually going to get let me tell you something. The day that you want to go out and print Karen t-shirts and think that Karens are going to buy them, girl, bye. Now that would be destigmatizing. If you could own your Karen and actually put on a Karen t-shirt, I'll give you a fucking hug, okay? Because then maybe we can do something kind of like a Iyanla style intervention. Put on a Karen t-shirt, let the world see you, and start to really embrace that maybe I am out here on some troll shit out here when I'm walking into Michael's and I see somebody and I think that you need to take a look because I heard that when you see a group of young, let's just say some teenagers, let's not even call them a race, whether they're Hispanic kids, Black kids, whatever. I just saw a posse of youngsters, and they love to shoplift, and someone decides to Karen on them. Okay. So the manager's like, let's keep an eye on them because they're down there by the spray paint. It's almost Halloween, so let's just keep an eye, right? But they make their purchases and leave, and nothing is missing. But meanwhile, Karen stole 4 sets of very expensive knitting needles and some crochet stuff and some Angora yarn, and robbed the store blind. But because, they're also dealing with some biases, and they haven't finished all of their diversity training yet, they fell for what's called the okey doke and took the bait, had their eyes on the wrong person, and Karen is down the street with $250 worth of shit she just stole from Michael's. Okay? Anybody who works in retail or loss prevention, am I not giving you a true scenario at this moment? And that's what some of the stuff that happens. I mean, it happened to me 2 weeks ago. I've had people implicate me in some like, well, what did I do? Oh, Fran, she's lame. Let me tell you something. I've been in the bushes. I've been going to a couple different places this week. Girl, I saw from where people got me pegged. People are co-signing. Girl, let me tell you something. Fran is lame. Oh, she's this, she's that. Da da da. Oh my God. Hey girl, you was 100% right on that. Girl, yes. Yes, all of that, everything, okay? It's like, and you know nothing, okay? And you know nothing. It's crazy, guys. It's weird. And I just, I guess it's funny. I'm trying to give you a 3 moms update, but I guess just this week has been really kind of crazy out here. Just seeing all of this stuff happen. You can't not take some of this stuff in and just let it roll off your back, because this is some crazy shit that happens out here, and you can't normalize this shit. If this shit was happening outside your door on your block, you guys would be calling a real estate agent and moving. Okay. And I'm for real. Like, if this YouTube streets was like really, 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 really real, you wouldn't be living on no damn YouTube streets. But it is really real for some people. People are doing some crazy stuff. And there's some people out here who really need to take a look in the mirror and get right with themselves to back the fuck up and kind of like take a deep breath. Because the crazy thing is that what really is crazy to me is just like my point with Olivia. You want people to do something that you're not even willing to do. I think that my one thing for me as a reactor, I think I'm able to kind of give my opinion. I can make it funny. It's a little bit of a roast. Um, I, can I say some things that can sting somebody, make people feel a certain way? I most definitely can. Honestly, I could sit here and not be talking about anybody but myself, and it still stings and it makes people feel away. Okay. I could just be sharing a story about me and it bothers people because there are people out here, unfortunately, and I'm just going to say it like it is. I don't even care at this point, because I think if you're here and you're listening to me, you have a desire in your heart to want more, to excel, to be better, tomorrow than you are today, and to have a certain type of lifestyle, whatever that lifestyle might be. So I hope that I do not offend you, because there's nothing wrong out here with being successful and making money. Does that mean that you have to be a perfect person? No, it doesn't. And any of you out here right now listening to this who think that you have to be perfect to be successful and to have money in the bank and make a lot of money, no, you really don't. Because if you did, there'd be a lot of people out here who wouldn't be. And a lot of the most successful and some of the richest people sometimes are some of the most there are some that are very unethical. Okay. We know this, right? Um, but they know how to make money and they're not embarrassed about it. One thing for women is that we try to embarrass people for having a strong will and desire to be successful and want to make money. And I think it's crazy. There is nothing to celebrate about being in poverty. I'm sorry. As long as you've got your integrity, whatever you are is what it is. But at the end of the day, as women and in this day and age, there is nobody who should be discouraging you from being the best that you can be and be doing as well as you can possibly do. Ms. Corey, I'm so sorry to say, I know Ms. Corey is in the Las Vegas area. I'm going to say it like that. If you look at her channel, you'll know this. So I'm not dropping tea on Miss Corey, but Miss Corey, I am sure, like many people in different areas, if you live in Los Angeles, you live in New York, you live in certain areas where people have a lot of money, I am quite sure that you have an opportunity to see people with a lot of money very often. When is it ever that it's okay to tell people like making money is a bad thing, or that someone wanting to be successful and encouraging people to be successful is wrong? Like, it's just crazy. And when you see people who are living, who are not living, but who are doing marginal, like when we encourage the moms and, hey, you should do this and you should do that. And Jasmine, stop doing this for your channel. Or, oh, you could make more. Or why don't you post some more videos? It's like you're a bad person for saying that. And all you are really doing is trying to encourage and uplift. But those who are downtrodden and only are used to messages of mediocrity think that you're just some awful person because what you're saying makes people feel bad and like that they're not good enough. I mean, it's crazy, guys. It's crazy. That's, I've just been seeing a lot of fuckery on YouTube this weekend. And I don't know. I mean, I love a good roast like anybody else, but I don't know. The stuff that makes people feel like people can come to your back door is crazy to me. And that's the kind of stuff that I'm not into. You know what I mean? I think 2 Cents said it 2 weeks ago, and I was really here for it when she said, let's make reacting fun again. And I mean that. And I know that it's a take on let's make America great again. So of course that was kind of like a controversial moniker because we know that the MAGA people are interesting. I don't want, I mean, if that's your party of choice, that's fine. Um but it was when I heard her say that, I was like, yes, let's make it fun again, because I like reacting. I think it's fun. Can I take a joke? Yes, I can, but I don't want to think about you trying to open up my back gate. I don't want to have to be filling out a report and have to watch somebody being taken away. Um, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to have to be the reason. Um, Period. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to even go further in depth, but we're adults here. And I think people understand what happens when you trespass and go to people's property and do stupid things. So I'm not going to engage in making threats. I think that anybody with half a brain knows what happens when you show up at people's homes, uninvited, unexpected, and not wanted. It can go very bad. And that's that, you know what I mean? And I just think that it's going far. It's going far. And forget about doxing. I mean, shit, when we moved into this house, people went on realestate.com, pulled up the empty pictures. I'm sure there's a house tour somewhere. Um, it is what it is. There's nothing I could do about it. You know what I'm saying? Um, Am I mad? No. I mean, what can I do? I mean, you can't wipe the internet clear, but I think people have to be adults. I mean, I'm not going to post someone's address. Now, when people do silly things like basically almost give someone a roadmap to their house, and I'm saying, like, look, when you were in the gym the other day, you need to be aware because there's little landmarks, there's artwork, and it's basically giving people a roadmap to where you are. You might want to be aware of that. Now, someone who is living in their own home probably would not have a mural on their wall that's telling exactly where they are. But if you live in a public space and you're in a public area, you might need to know that there's little things that are embedded in the artwork in your residence that can tell people where you stay. But there's, again, people out here that when you call something like that to their attention, I know someone very well who let someone know that there was a vehicle in a video that was showing a license plate, and this person damn near got cussed out. Right, Crown of Curls. Yeah, when she was working out in the gym, the mural had someone's Instagram, and when you go to their Instagram, you see people that someone was taking photos of them when they were um in the process of creating the piece, and they tagged, and there was a tag there. Okay. But that's, you know what I mean? Like, that's whatever. um, yes, Amira and Dr. Amira, and but you don't expect someone to just walk in, and even if they do, you don't expect them coming to throw a bag of flour on you or something like that, right? It's just weird. It's weird. Um, but yeah, guys, the news today, I have nothing on Jasmine at the moment. Number one, just to kind of recap, any of you coming in late, Strong Mommy Chrissy's boyfriend started a channel. It's called Rockin' with Rob. Okay. The first video I watched, like, literally 2 seconds. Um, and maybe, look, okay. Um, I don't know. You guys just know my opinion. If you don't know my opinion on starting people channels, like, I just think I think it's a waste of time because people need to develop their own audiences. Like, for instance, Chris. Chris likes to cook. Why Chris doesn't have a Cooking with Chris channel, and not saying everybody from My Jazzy Life needs to go over there. Let him quietly start a channel. Let him quietly start putting up some videos, and let him get an audience of people who are there rocking with him. If you happen to find it, awesome. It's because you want to be there. It's not because you're coming on the Jasmine fuck shit. Now, maybe yeah, we might come across some Jasmine fuck shit, okay? And that might very well be the case. However, the bulk of the people there, and the main reason is because you want, even if it's for fuck shit reasons, you want to see struggle meals. Go ahead. But when you are doing a channel and people are subscribing on the strength of you for someone else that they don't know, that they haven't gotten to know, that half-ass doesn't even want a channel anyway. And then my other thing is, if you love what you have and you hold it dear in relationships on YouTube that can be very, very, very tenuous at best, to expose your man to the endless amount of fuckery that can and will ensue, you gotta be nuts. You gotta be nuts. I'm just shocked that Chrissy would do this. I really am. Just because. But Rob seems to be a nice guy. I know some of you are not here for him at all because of all of what we've seen in his past. However, he seems like a nice guy. I don't know. we're going to see how this turns out, but don't be surprised. I'm telling you, Chrissy, I hope that this does not turn out bad, but I'm telling you, I would not give some of these thirst traps access to my man in no comment sections. Are you kidding me? I saw some bitches on this YouTube talking about my husband, talking about Save Raheem, okay? Like crazy, because they like me so little, because I've done things like post a cooking video, like I've done a makeup haul, and they decide because they don't like me, my husband needs to be saved. Okay? Girl, I wish you good luck with that. I would never. Do you hear me, guys? And I mean this with all due respect to all of you. And I think all of you individually are awesome and amazing. And I'm sure that you are lovely people. And we could have great conversations over wine at a party and everything. But am I going to come to a live and tell you to go subscribe to my husband's channel? Never. Absolutely not. Never will I. Never. Look what happened with Olivia. Look what has happened with many other couples' channels that break up. Are you kidding me? Was it not like obvious that he was going to end up with somebody who was loyalty gang previously? This is someone who's sitting there watching Olivia's channel, and now she's got freaking Zolo bands at her house. This bitch is probably so in awe that this shit happened, that she actually that this shit actually happened, that damn probably gave him her American Express card. Absolutely, Tiffy. Thank you. But yeah, I could not believe that. It was so rude. But this chick probably just, I mean, she probably got a card plated with his name on it already. Like he seems to have full access. I don't know what's going on. He might be, I mean, who knows what she's paying for? Who knows what his finances are? I don't know. And it's none of my business, just to be quite honest. But the talk on the street is, of course, that she's a sugar mama. He says she's not a sugar mama. Zolo seems to think that sugar mamas are married women, and he says he is not with a married woman. His woman is single, so she's not a sugar mama. But sugar mama, for those, my impression is that sugar mamas are women who are funding men. Sugar mamas don't have to be older, they don't have to be younger, they don't have to be the same age. A sugar mama, like a sugar daddy, is someone who is bankrolling your life. Girl, they can look, they didn't put no fingers in nothing over here, but it is interesting to see like what people it's like say, okay, save and do what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Girl, bye. Look, it is what it is. Okay, we've been on here for an hour and a half already, guys. And honestly, I am still trying to get caught up. I watched Paris. I think I watched 2 Paris videos. I watched Hazel. I watched the panel. I just saw her live with her mother. I was trying to watch D, but honestly, I was kind of I don't know. I would love to hear from both sides. Like, what do you want? I think I don't know. I don't know what anybody wants. I don't know if it they just want the dialogue to stop revolving around Ashley. They think that some sort of influence from Ashley to let Jeremy see August, or is he not seeing August? Is it that Keisha needs to have a hand in it, and and he doesn't want to deal with Ashley, or he's not allowed to deal with Ashley? Like, what's the stopgap here with those two? Like, why hasn't Jeremy petitioned the court to get some visitation, or why has he not been able to work with a mediator to talk to Ashley to get something on the books that where he can go see his kid, or that's comfortable for her, where she can say, look, now whether whatever the personal things are with them, I don't know, but that's this, I mean, I hate to say it like this, and I'm sure some of you may or may not feel this way or not, but this is what happens when you have a kid with someone that you're not married to. And this was also a risk that I took. My husband and I were not married when we had our daughter, and I took a risk. We got married and we are together and we love each other. However, if it had not worked out, I would be dealing with the exact same thing. Whether we got married, we didn't get married, any of these things can happen. But Jeremy had another kid. And Waukesha, to me, which I don't know if this is how she feels or not, you're not his wife yet. And he, as a man and not your son, needs to step up and handle the affairs of his child and the repercussions of snaking out someone's box to make a baby. Okay. And also for Keisha, in my opinion, to get over the hurt of your man producing a child and stop taking it out on the wrong people. Because your anger and frustration needs to be with that man, not with that woman. Because the more and more that you guys build up animosity towards each other, that's the people that are going to suffer is, number one, the son, and really and truly also Jeremy as a father. And then let's say equally the girls, because they're going to miss out on a relationship with their brother. But Jeremy, as a father, needs to step into, I got this as a man. I got this as a father. And I got this as a co-parent, period. Like, he needs to handle it. Keisha, what I would encourage Keisha is, if you're listening, if you hear my voice at this moment, girl, give yourself a break. Stop trying to do everything. Stop trying to, you know what? You're not Superwoman. I'm not Superwoman. Dee's not Superwoman. None of us are Superwomen in here, right? We can only do but so much. And as a woman, you deserve to sit down sometimes and put your feet up. Stop trying to do everything. I see you get help over there. You got your mom over there helping you. You don't mind outsourcing something. You got a whole assistant. Girl, let that man be a man. Let that man be the father to that son that he conceived with another woman. Let him handle it. You don't have to handle it for him. Let him handle it. Because if you're bad and bougie, girl, I wouldn't have nothing to do with it. When August comes over, I would have enough celery, carrots, pudding, donuts, juice, whatever the boy likes to eat and drink. I would have all that stuff. My job would be hostess with the mostest when company comes over. Have all the toys laid out, make sure the room is clean, make sure that his sisters are rested and ready to receive him and to have a good time. I would be playing hostess with the mostest, and I would be letting this man know, yes, I'm waiting for my ring and I'm waiting to become wife. You being over there trying to do the most, be the most, make shit happen, try to control the strings, that's going to get you not very far. It's just not. It's not. You got to sit back and let a man be a man, handle man tings. Ashley is not looking like it's going to make it easy for you with the fuckery that went on to interact with her, because you're not his wife. You're not the stepmother. You are the girlfriend. You are the mother of the 3 daughters. So as the girlfriend, I don't know if you're fiance or not. I haven't seen an engagement ring. I don't know. Maybe you're engaged. I don't know. I'm not up on that side of the story. So don't come to my comments that I'm being shady, because I don't know if they're engaged or not. What I know is I'm from the old school, and when you're engaged, you have a date to get married. You're not just eternally engaged. Engaged means we are working on a marriage. We're getting married next year. Even if you're getting married in 5 years, you are engaged. And just a side note, Jasmine, I just thought of something. Chris saying that he was going to marry you in 5 years does not mean you're engaged. So that Fugazi Forever 21 cocktail ring that you wear, take that shit off, okay? Because you're not engaged. You are You are really like just barely not living alone. But yeah, I just see Keisha as the type of person who likes to have help, doesn't mind paying for help, but still wants to do everything herself. And you got to let some things go. And one of the things to let go is allow Jeremy to do his job as a man and as a father and as the leader of the household. Because as long as you continue to lead that household, you can't marry yourself and you can't make him marry you. So the fact that you keep trying to run everything, she's really prolonging the fact that he's not empowered to even try to marry her yet because you're not putting the man in the headspace to even want to wife you up yet. Period. It's just not going to happen. You got to step back and chill. Men don't marry anxious, anxiety ridden control freaks. And I don't just mean that at Keisha. I mean that to probably about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of you in this 227. If you are trying to figure out how you can get a ring by Christmas, stop stressing over it. Stop talking about it. Do you be a boss and not bossy? Be a great hostess, make great meals, look as beautiful as you can. I know some people are not working with a whole lot, but do the best you can. Do the best you can, okay? And that's going to make you feel like $1,000,000. And when you're feeling like $1,000,000 and your man sees you out here not giving a fuck, let me tell you something. He's going to be running to K Jewelers or Zales or the Good Diamond Guy at the mall or Tiffany and Co. and buying you a nice ring and saying, we're going to do this damn thing because you stopped annoying the fuck out of me and we're going to do this. Okay. Yeah, if you're causing somebody some grief and you can't let someone get some sleep at night, yeah, he's not going to ask you to marry him. He's probably trying to figure out how to get the fuck up out the house. Okay? So trust me. Trust me. If you haven't cooked a chicken in a while, go get you 2 whole chickens, wash them really good, season them extremely well, put them in the oven, make some macaroni and cheese, make a nice stick to your ribs meal and do that at least a couple times a month on a Sunday. Trust me. And afterwards, drain those balls. And I'm telling you, you'll be good. Oh, flat nut, full plate. Yes. Stomach full, balls empty. Yes. Okay. Stomach full, balls empty. Okay. That's the recipe. But it's also get a life. I said all of that to say get a life. If you are, can I say one other thing too? And now I'm not nitpicking, but what I noticed there's a lot of people online for long periods of time. I'm on here almost 2 hours, right? After this, I'm done. You might see me in the bushes here and there, but I'm cooking. I'm with my family. We're at Lowe's. We're here and there. I'm engaging with my family. Let me tell you something. The one thing that I noticed, I'm seeing a lot of people online for very long periods of time. And I'm like, y'all, what's going on at the house? Okay. And I'm just gonna say this. If my new man was in town, I don't know if he's staying there or not. My new man was in town and I'm showing you a good time. And yeah, you're showing me a good time too, but you are also a lot of time on this internet. I would be kind of that's a lot of time online. Maybe it only seems like a lot of time online because it is a lot of time online. I don't know. You guys tell me down in the comments. If you got this far in the video, you tell me what you think. But if you and your new man were just getting acquainted and he's got a whole YouTube channel and he's going live for hours and hours and hours in the morning, in the afternoon, and at night, tell me what you would do. Tell me what your thoughts are. Are you really getting the best? Are you getting the best of this person's undivided attention? Is all you talk about YouTube? Are you two really getting to know each other yet? Like, what's going on? making red snapper. I don't know what I'm going to make tonight. I really would love to go out to dinner, but I don't know what we're going to do. Yeah. I'm just asking a question. I'm just curious. So, I just I'm just asking a question. Cuz I know for a lot of you guys, sometimes you're like, "Oh, I had to take a social media break. I need to spend some time with my family," which to me is code for my husband told me to get up off the computer a little bit, right? And I'm very much on a schedule. I really do try to observe the fact that my family wants to spend time with me. So, I typically am kind of done with all social media as it pertains to kind of like trying to go live in the evenings because I just don't. I may do it once or twice a week. And I try to be as mindful of time as I possibly can. Just because I just do, because we only have, just the weekend, because during the week we're all doing stuff. School's starting back. Um, my husband gets home at 6 o'clock and all of those things. So um I'm not gonna spend, like, from 7 to 9 o'clock online, um, going live, you know what I'm saying? Family time is very important, especially if you wanna keep your family together. I mean, the dialogue from Zolo once upon a time was that Olivia was addicted to being online, but what I'm seeing is that, yeah, you like being online too, and Wolf of Brooklyn's online, his wife is modding, I mean, that's nice and everything, but okay, cool. Look, I'm just asking the questions. If that's what people love to do and that's how you guys spend your time, I don't think that there's anything wrong with it. I'm just wondering, um, in the case of a new relationship, I've known my husband for a very long time. Me being on the computer for 2 hours is not even relevant. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just not. But if I just met you 2 and 3 weeks ago and you understand what I'm saying? You guys follow me. In the bushes. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. I'd be like, "I'm ready to go. Like, let's go. Let's watch a movie." And maybe I'm sure they do all of those things, right? I'm sure. Um, but there's a lot of time spent in that garage. But that's look, when you're trying to launch a channel, it can be it's a lot of work. When you're trying to build an audience and you're trying to launch a channel and you are focused on your goals. See, that's another thing. When men are ready to do something, they're doing it. Um, that's it. You guys know this. Just think about it. I'm sure you all know this already, but it's like when they're ready to do something, they are doing it. And if he's bound and determined and very focused on his career right now and making doing something with his YouTube channel and making money and being and getting, make putting some his own money in his pocket and things like that. Not to say he's not, because we know that he's been very open about lots of jobs and making his own money and those kind of things. um she's got to have to stand down, I guess, while he does that, right? Because but yeah, she's probably in the bushes, or maybe she's because they seem to go out together a lot. Okay, so yeah, and shoot, I don't, yeah, girl, I don't know, because I watch here and there. um I don't have the time anymore like I did in the past couple of weeks. So since he's been at the new location, I've seen a little bit here and there. Has anyone ever seen what I guess I don't think it's I don't know. I don't know who. Guys, do you think that he's dating Carol? It's so funny cuz Carol thinks she's famous because people keep bringing her up. I don't know. I don't know, Nelly. If it's Carol, good for her. I mean, I don't care. If that's what floats Zolo's boat, it's fine. I'm sure that probably I'm just gonna venture to guess that 50 to 75, if not 80% of the women in this chat are taken, whether they are married, in a relationship. Yeah, it's okay. So yeah, Carol, if Carol is single, isn't Carol married? So who knows? Nelly, doesn't she have a whole husband? From what I heard, I don't even know. And you know what? Honestly, let's be real here. Some men don't really care what you look like, honestly. Um, when this man said that I'm just going to repeat a couple of these because they were so damn funny. When he said that her stomach was like a waterbed, he said she's shaped like a beanbag and her stomach was like a waterbed. I died. I was like, this guy is too fucking much. Okay. Um, and that she was shaped like the magic school bus. Oh my God. And that she was a pig in a blanket, that she is bigger than 2 bunk beds, and that she's taking up a lot of space, look like a refrigerator. And then he said, no, better yet, a deep freezer. I died. Okay. Thank you, Tiffy. Thank you, Tiffy, baby. Yes, that was Olivia. Let me tell you something. You know what? I don't even want to hear you mention that man's name. Like, you got to stop. You got to stop. You want me to read it one more time? He said, if honestly, I swear, I wish I could play it because it was so funny. Olivia Pope, I see you, hun. Let me tell you something. One day, you guys who love the YouTube streets, I probably could auction off these notebooks for like some real money because your girl takes these notes. Okay. Um, he said her body was shaped like a beanbag. And then I wrote down the stuff about yeah, you said I ate your ass, but I've got videos of you sucking me up and me fucking the shit out of you. He said that she's covered in a termite trap, which I've never even heard of that before. He said she looks like a pig in a blanket, that her stomach was shaped like a waterbed. He said that her body was built like a bus. And then he said, no, it's actually shaped like the magic school bus. And that Olivia was built like a school bus. But then I heard someone say that she was bigger than 2 bunk beds. He said, yeah, that hoe's big. And then his friend said, yeah, she takes up a lot of space. And he said, yeah, like a refrigerator. And he said, no, better yet, a deep freezer. I was like, they were just going back and forth and back and forth. And then he said, Olivia comes from a farm. You guys didn't see that? He said she looked like she was from a farm. And I mean, like, I guess a farm animal. I don't know, but it was ruthless. It was awful. It was awful. This is someone she said she loved. Can you believe this? Olivia, if you hear me right now, you're sitting and listening to this. Number 1, you're fugazi. Number 2, if you are pregnant, girl, do not get on this internet telling anybody. We don't want to know. And if I were you, I would quietly handle your business. And if that means that you end up like letting us know, like Strong Mommy Chrissy, hey guys, I'm 7 months pregnant. Do that. Keep something to yourself. Surprise us for a change rather than tell us everything. If you want to knock that man off his feet, bitch, if you're pregnant, see if you can hold water and hold on to that until it's time for the baby to come. Let us know. And have him do a paternity test. And then it'll be like, okay, girl, you did that. Right now, you just looking stupid. Anytime you mention his name, the way this man has talked about you, I'm like, girl, it's starting to make me mad. Like, what is wrong with you? And then you're going to be mad at a bunch of women who make videos on you that actually help your numbers? Like, you're going to be mad because I did a video to tell people who follow me about your video and may have told them something so funny that they actually come watch your video. You're mad at me for that, but you're not mad at a man for calling you a fucking deep freezer and telling everybody that you smell like a tuna can? Can you please make that make sense? Yes, I heard Virgo Doll get in trouble. Virgo Doll. So you were there. You heard, did you hear that roast, or when what happened, did you leave? Cuz I feel like you were, when they were saying something to Virgo Doll, that was right around the time that they were just roasting. Was that this morning on someone's channel that I will not say their name, and please don't put it in my chat? Virgo Doll, was that you? I'm sure that I believe that was you. Why is Virgo Doll the MVP? What happened? I wasn't even looking at the chat because, y'all, I was not on incognito mode. Any of you guys know you don't even have to have a troll account. You can just click on incognito. So it's kind of like you're just signed out. I couldn't even look at the chat. And I was not even concerned. I think you can look at the chat in incognito, but I didn't even want to look. Because I was like, I will never. I was sitting minding my own business the other day when I got lured into that chat. And when I went in there, I was like, oh, okay, this is how we're playing in on these YouTube streets at this moment. Okay. But people are, oh, girl, bye. Okay. Lily, yeah, does anybody know what happened? Because I'm sitting here. She says she roasted them. Oh, Virgo Doll did? Liz and Jennifer's sister, Ratchet Wives. Liz and Jennifer. Who is Liz and Jennifer? Mary Blue, I'm not done. Oh, you did, Lily, in your video, right? I heard your video, Lily. I heard. So what I'm getting, so guys, for those of you who don't know, Lily, I would assume you know that Lily has a channel. If you're here and you're not subscribed, Lily is in the chat right now. Go ahead, check out her channel. She has a couple of videos up. I saw her, I clicked on a video, I heard you going in on someone. I was like, what's going on? So when you were going in, I just had to go back to another video. I went to the next video, the one right before it. And then I realized, okay, now I need to go to the one before that because that was really going to tell me what was happening. So it's like 3 videos in at this point. I'm not done. Oh, did somebody flag you? Did you get a strike or something? I listened to so much stuff today. I'm gonna have to go back and click to just make sure, like, what was that again? I heard you telling some people off, but did someone get mad at you because of something that you said? I don't like Liv, but the nerve of those dusty bums, how you look. Girl, okay. I mean, it was ruthless. It was ruthless. You would think that Zolo's had it going on for a minute. And period, right? For honestly, this is my honest opinion because I don't know. Some people got screwy ways around here, and I'm old school. If I were him, if you really want to secure that bag, and that lady over there, which I don't think she has to worry about securing the bag, because if she continues to drop money the way she is, I'm sure she's good. But I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't want to be with someone who is just with me because of that, but I don't know what their relationship, what's going on over there. That's none of my business. Because he's not sharing it and it's not part of the video, right? If he shares it, then we talk about it. But yeah, we don't know what's going on over there for real. But you would think, based on what we know, that he's had it going on for a minute. And I don't know what's going on. Like there is some degree of arrogance there, but easy the Olivia is such an easy target. You know what I'm saying? Like Olivia makes it easy for people to want to roast her. So a lot of people don't necessarily have a lot of compassion for her. But I guess what my tie-in earlier when I was saying about Missy Lynn, if you really feel that way, maybe you shouldn't even have to, but it's the privilege. People have to understand what privilege means. Privilege isn't now all of a sudden just something equated with a white woman, okay? At the end of the day, privilege is something that you feel that you have a right to based on the fact of whatever criteria that's gone through your mind at that moment. And the fact that you think just because somebody needs to tip their hat to you, for you, just because you were raised a certain way, or you think that they should automatically do this, yeah, that's privilege. Because you're not saying, you're not asking, and you need to ask for what you want. You can't just go based off of assumptions. And at the end of the day, if you feel a certain way, you need to tell people, like, and also you need to be you need to provide some reciprocity there. Coming out the gate shadowboxing and windmilling is not the way to get people to win people over. Because on top of that, what I can say is this too, honestly, and you guys can tell me I'm wrong, loyalty gang in the bushes. The way that Olivia operates these days, I feel like the reactors have more influence than she does. And that's the sad part, because because she's so out of control, it's like she's waiting for reaction community or her friends and lovers to react on her so that she can come with some content as a response. She's not proactively running her channel. She is running her channel in a very opportunistic way right now, because she's just waiting for shit to happen. And she has now become more of the reactor, which is why she's coming up and saying, I don't know where they got this stuff from, and because you're not putting out content. People, I guess, are out here thinking like, oh, well, I guess I'm just gonna throw some salt in the game and show up at broadcasts and put some like fake shit out in the air, and then I'm gonna be mad at people for saying it, or entertaining it. But why wouldn't I entertain a call in? If somebody calls in and says that they have a whole lot of tea on you, I'm gonna listen to it. Doesn't mean that I think it's real. And I think I probably said that about, I don't know, 10 times on Saturday. Guys, we don't know if this is real. Guys, this hasn't been, because for any of the conversations regarding any of what happened on last Saturday, for like the fifth time, whoever was there, because most of you who were there the whole time and listened to the whole thing, and or went back and listened to the whole thing. Hi, Ty Cherie. Hey, Olivia Pope. Hey, everyone coming in. For the people who did not hear that I said on like 10 occasions, yeah, we don't know who these people are. We don't know if this is founded. Like, I'm not sitting there questioning someone because I'm believing it. I'm sitting there questioning someone because someone is dropping some tea, and I'm asking them some questions. Now, whether it was true or not, I didn't know. But of course, at the end of the day, it all started to fall apart. But you got to let that shit happen. People are going to come lie, because you know what happens, guys? You already know this. There's trolls out here. Some people just want to see if they can get through. Then you get through and they want to start talking. If you don't let them talk, then they are like, she's rude. She did this. She did that. She blocked me from her chat. Ba, 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 ba. All these different things. Sometimes you got to just let shit play out. Treat people with respect and keep it moving. If, like I said, if someone comes through disrespectful, you're going to be treated disrespectfully. But if someone comes through and you drop a pile of shit off, we're going to do some analysis. We're going to ask you some questions. You never came through with the receipts. One person actually hung up. I mean, it is what it is. And we just, like I said to Dr. Amir, at the end of the day, this was fun, right? It was fun. We don't know what's true. We don't know what's not. And here's Olivia spinning a narrative. If one person could have piped up and said, yeah, no, she never said that. She said, yeah, we didn't know if it was true. We all thought that it was trash, right? I don't know. Anyway, Virgo doll, I would love to know what you said. I wish I did not have to go back. Maybe if somebody can send me the timestamps, I'll go take a look at it. But I don't. wherever they're broadcasting at the moment. I definitely don't go over there. I went over there this morning, but not for long. Yes, I got struck by Liv. She's mad because Zolo's telling people he messed with me heavy on both platforms. All this started when I reacted to Zolo's channel. Ish came left field from Tuna. Who's Jen? Jen and the rest. Oh, Jenny. But Jenny's cool with you now, isn't she? You see, Jenny, look, the person that Jenny fell out with this week was over there telling Jenny all kinds of shit about me. Jenny, honestly, I hate to say it, Jenny believes anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how Jenny hasn't put it together yet, how much of a liar that woman is. So I guess she's only a liar to her. You know what? Honestly, I really wish, this is my just kind of YouTube streets wish. I would love to really, 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 really know what the fuck is going on with that. Honestly. Jenny says that she met Zolo in a one-time encounter. They partied together. They were at someone's house. Who that someone is, I've never even heard anyone ask her who that someone is, where that someplace was, anything. Nobody has asked her any of the right questions. And then you have some numbskulls show up in the chat periodically. Don't give Fran the interview. You know why? Because Fran's going to ask one too many questions. I'm not trying to trip anybody up. I just want to hear the real. I want to hear the real story, since there's so much time invested in a channel that nobody really knows anything about, and that from jump is doing anything and everything but telling us the story that as it relates to the person that she came on the YouTube streets attaching herself to, which maybe I think was your point, Lily. Was that it? Because I think to the point, okay, now it's all coming back to me. When I was listening to either your video or someone else's, saying that there are people actually out here who are posting and editing and making videos, which I think I say this, I don't know how many times a week. This shit is not easy. Like, just because you come here today and you see what I've done, understand this is a lot of fucking work. I put work in over here. Lily over there is trying to grow her channel. There's other channels that I have seen 4, 5, 600. Keisha Payne today, I think I saw 826. Ty Cherie was out there for a long time trying, and I don't mean like forever, but you know what I'm saying? Like, we were trying to get you over that hump. And I'm saying it as a YouTube sis, that when I see someone out here working hard, I do it honestly because I wish that when I was doing it, that someone would have been doing it for me. Okay. I can't say that that wasn't happening, but there wasn't this spirit of sharing people's videos and big upping people and giving people free shout outs and all of those things. Yeah, that wasn't really happening when I wasn't at 1,000 subscribers, period. It's never happened for me, really, a few times, but whatever. But I don't mind sharing that with other people because that's just the type of person that I am. Especially when I see people working hard and I see people who are doing their damn thing and who are here doing it because they really enjoy it, whether it's you enjoy it because you are looking towards that money, or you're doing it because it's just a creative outlet, whatever the case might be. When I see people working hard, I like to acknowledge that if they want me to, you know, I don't want to overstep, but I will share somebody's work if I think, you know, like, guys, go check this person out, she's really good, or I really enjoyed this commentary. So yeah, I heard you. Yes, I heard Lily giving her commentary, and I was feeling it. And Keisha's up here. Keisha cracks me up. Keisha is out here doing the most, serving it up all the time with an array of hats and masks and sunglasses. Keisha really brings it, and she's so fun over on her channel. And there's a lot of people, and I do look, I know that there's some people out here who feel like some people get it served up to them easy. And I guess that was my point about when you give someone a channel, they don't get look, there's people out here who've got 2 and 3 and thousands of subscribers. When Chris sits up there with 7, 8,000 subscribers and talks about he doesn't know how to edit a video, I'm just like, damn. I mean, my 9-year-old, well, when she was 9, now she's 10, can edit a video. Like anybody can edit a video. Editing videos are so freaking easy. Okay. And the fact that you probably don't even try is the disgust that people have for people who are given videos. I mean, given channels, because once you get to 1,000 subscribers, if there's one thing that you fucking should know how to do is at least basically edit a video, even if it's just some old basic stuff of just running your name and like comment, subscribe across the bottom or something. You know what I'm saying? Like you should at least be basic with it rather than I know nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? And, there's a guy out here, Brian G. Johnson, if any of you guys watch him or not, he gives YouTube advice on how to manage and grow your channels. And he always talks about the time when you are working towards getting monetized. That is your time to learn as many skills as you possibly can. That's the time for you to get 100 videos. That's the time for you to learn how to edit. That's the time that you learn how to deal with your audience. That's the time that you really kind of get into your stride about what is your channel. You know what I'm saying? That's the time that maybe you realize like maybe I should comb my hair, maybe I should clean my house before I turn this camera on, or let me find the one corner in my house that I like to film, things like that. He gives a lot of great advice because this shit doesn't happen overnight for everyone, and a lot of the people for which it does, they're typically not interested. Do we see Splash the Don running to post a video? Do we see Chris running to post a video? Guys, I'd be willing to bet some money. Are we going to see Rob running to post a video? I think Rob is game with Chrissy. He records those cooking videos with her and things like that. We gonna see. We gonna see. We gonna see how it turns out. The one person that we see on these YouTube streets who is working his channel, yeah, he's no longer with the bitch that helped him get his channel up, is he? Okay. There's a guy that my okay. I'm gonna say it like this. There's a channel. there's 2 channels that my husband and I watch. Okay. I can think of a couple, but I'm gonna say specifically, I'm gonna talk about these guys. So Mr. Organic, any of you guys who know Mr. Organic, and I watched Danielle, the champ, right? So Danielle the champ is Danielle from Sweetie Pies. If you guys remember Danielle, who was the goofy ass office assistant on Sweetie Pies, she's from St. Louis and she's in LA now, and she dates a guy named Mr. Organic, or they used to date. They kind of broke up, but they're kind of on and off again, right? So my husband watches Mr. Organic here and there, right? And Tall Guy and Jasmine, his girlfriend, right? Do you guys know Tall Guy and Jasmine? Love and Slim. Do you guys know them? Anyway, they're not a good example. So I know of another 2. So, okay. There's another channel that we watch. I don't want to say who it is, but there's another channel that we watch, and the wife has a very similar channel on some car stuff, right? She's a car enthusiast, right? But I can really tell. It's like I almost want to reach out to her and tell her, girl, go start your own channel. Get the people from your current channel over to what you really want to be doing, which is like some mom stuff, some fashion, some hair, because her channel is totally built on some car-ish, right? And she got like a monetize, like her husband was over there like, yeah, let's get her monetized. Okay. Like, let's do this. He basically got her monetized over a weekend. Okay. And I think she's probably like, okay, but there's only but so much car stuff I can do. So she'll be in the kitchen frying chicken, making food for the boys, da 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 da, whatever, whatever, whatever. And I don't think that she really enjoys the direction of her channel, but the people that are subscribed to her really just want to hear and see about her car. But she's a mommy and she's cute and she wears fun hair and all that kind of stuff. I think she wanted a channel, and what I would say to her if she was my homegirl, well, you need to start you a channel and you need to start posting and do your own channel. Don't just go the easy route and have so and so get you monetized overnight. If people want to come to you and their spouses like you and they want to subscribe, let them. But if people are coming to your channel on some car stuff and car stuff is not really what you want to do, that's why she'll end up like not posting for 2 months, because she's not really interested in the direction of her channel. Are you guys following me on that? So she wants to do YouTube, but she doesn't do YouTube, I think, because she doesn't like the channel that she created. But she probably likes that she probably gets a few dollars because she's already got a monetized channel and she's probably too afraid to change it. So, whatever. That's just what I see happening. I just think it's important to create your own community because you're going to have engaged subscribers who are there for you and what you're doing and the content that you're putting out, and not what they were hoping to get by following the spouse or the girlfriend or the boyfriend of another channel that they rock with. So that's my point. Guys, I'm gonna go. I'm exhausted, and we still need to go to Lowe's, and I need to get supplies for my garden, and get and try to save my tomato plant. Um, yes, and I think also because it is so much work, people don't want to start over again from scratch. I started this channel from zero, and it surpassed my other channel, like, period. You just never know what's going to work. And honestly, she could end up having a wildly successful channel and could be thinking to herself, I don't know what the hell I was waiting on. Or it could be a complete flop. Who knows? But you're never going to know until you put the work into it. That's just my thought, because I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing over here that would be of any interest to anything that anyone I know is getting started. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who it is. Don't anyone that is in my personal life that wants to start a channel, yeah, they'll come over there because they want to see if there's any fuck shit going on with me. And when they see that there is or isn't, yeah, you don't want that smoke. You want people to come over there because you want them to get to know you. You don't want them to come over there because they want to get to know more of me through you. Okay? Okay. I hope, Mary, thank you. Oof, it's hard. This has been really hard. This has been hard. This has been a tough summer. But it's coming. It's coming. And but any of you guys who asked me about strikes, if I did not answer your question or you want to know something very specific, let me know and I'll be happy to answer it. I just, there's a lot of people out here that I definitely don't mind helping and giving the information to, just out of sheer curiosity, because I know a lot of you guys invest a lot of time in all of us out here, and I want you guys to be informed. I really do. So I will definitely answer your question. But as far as me just kind of doing a data dump for all of the fucking losers out here who enjoy to watch my channel, take my knowledge and go use it against me, they can all go suck a big fat dick on this Saturday night. Okay. I'm not going to do that. But I will respectfully answer any of your questions. Period. I'm just not going to just do a data dump. So some idiot who doesn't know how to read doesn't just go find the knowledge themselves like I did. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody offered me up shit. I had to go and read and reread. I was rereading the updated terms of service the other day. How many times have any of you guys done that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's out there for you to read. And honestly, it literally takes 5 or 10 minutes. And a channel that I really, really, really love that's very helpful. She actually sometimes does some readings of certain documents, and I love her. And she also will explain it too. But yeah, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to know what that is, hit me up on Instagram. Because yeah, I'm not in the business. Like, when I've realized that there's some people out here who are taking notes. When I've had the chance this week to go looking around at some people's channels, and I see that, weren't you joking? Like, weren't you trying to like ridicule me about something like a couple of weeks ago, but then now you're doing it? It's weird. That's weird. That's weird. Because I can guarantee you are never going to see me in like a dirty nightshirt over here on this. Like, there's nothing that Olivia is doing that I want to replicate. Like, that bitch with that argument of thinking that people talk down on her because they want to take her place or we want to be her. I don't sing. I don't get down like that. I don't want nobody calling me fucking tuna can. And there's nothing out here that you do that I want to replicate. Period. I'm grown. I develop and create my own style. You guys, not you guys, but those tricks are watching me and trying to desperately get caught up. But like I said, by the time you get caught up, you will still be behind, because I am ever changing and evolving as a person, as a woman, as a wife, as a mother. You can't ever catch up to me, period, because you should be running your own race. Your desire should never be to catch up with me. Catch up with yourself. Okay. Catch up with yourself, right? Get to know you. Anyway, guys, it has been a pleasure. I really enjoyed this afternoon. Guys, I'm sure that there's going to be countless foolishness and fuck shit going on the minute that we hang up. I think I've been on here like an hour too long. So I'm going to let y'all go. Take care. Have a good afternoon. And I'll see you guys on Monday. Oops. Welcome back to Love, Lies, and Lace Fronts, where we do reactions, reviews, and commentary on the YouTube channels you love to watch. Guys, are you subscribed to this channel? If you're not, you need to be. Hit your notification bell so you can be notified when I upload a video, when I go live, and drop another video for you. Also, follow me on Instagram. That way you can keep up with what I'm doing, okay? If you enjoy channels like this and commentary, consider becoming a member. Otherwise, guys, BougieGang Gang, it's an open thing. Make sure that you are subscribed to this channel so you can participate in the chats. And I will see you next time I hit that live button. Okay? Take care. Bye. Hey guys, how are you?
You could be doing opposed to being on my page, bitch, cause I ain't got nothing for you nothing ass bitches.
There's something in the